Let's set our intention for practice today. Yoga offers us the experience of spaciousness in the body. When we feel tightness in the body, we feel limited, constricted, and uncomfortable. When we loosen up the tight areas, we feel spacious and have better flexibility and greater range of motion. As we move on the mat today, notice if you can create some space in the body and see how it opens up your day. We'll begin in a comfortable seated position with the 3-part breath, breathing into the belly, into the ribs, and into the heart, and exhaling from the heart, from the ribs, and from the belly. Each time you breathe in, feel the belly expanding, pushing the belly button out. And when you breathe out, feel the belly button pull in toward the spine. Let's inhale, bringing the arms up overhead, and as we exhale, bring the hands to the heart. We'll do a few more breaths like this, feeling the ribs open as you lift the arms up, giving yourself more room to breathe, taking some nice big deep breaths in, and blowing all the air out on the exhale. Inhaling, raising the arms up. This time, take a twist by bringing one hand to the opposite knee and the other hand behind. Inhale, center, and exhale, other side. Take a few more breaths like this with a twist. Notice how when we're twisting, the body's constricted. It's a little harder to breathe. So we inhale, raising the arms up, creating space for the breath. Coming back to center, let's bring one hand out in front and grab the fingers with the other hand, pulling the fingers toward the wrist. And on an exhale, turn the fingertips toward the earth and pull the fingers toward you. This is going to help open up the wrist joints, giving a little bit more space in that wrist. And then we'll do it on the other side, so extending the other hand, pulling the fingers toward you, and then extending the fingers toward the earth and pulling the hand toward you, just gently, just creating a little bit of space there in that joint. Now we'll clasp the hands together and just do some nice wrist waves. See how much room you've created in the wrist joint there, getting it nice and loose. And then take the wrists around in a few circles in one direction and in the other direction. Then we'll come onto the hands and knees for cat and cow. Letting the belly hang toward the earth. On the inhale, lift the tip of the nose and the tailbone up to the sky. Feel the ribs open. And as you exhale, round the back, chin to chest, belly button to spine. Feel the body as it opens up to bring the air in and as it constricts to let the air out. Take this at your own pace and sense for space in the body. Walking the hands forward slightly, restack the joints, bringing the shoulders over the wrists and lowering the hips. Exhale, send the hips back for child's pose. Inhale, coming forward, feeling the body open in the core, and exhale, folding. Taking a few breaths in this manner, feeling the body open and close, sensing for space. Even when you're in a child's pose, feel the space you've created in the back of the body. And then let's come to sit on the heels for hero pose. Bringing the arms out in front, crossing one hand over the other, backs together, turning the hands so that they can clasp, and then rolling them inward to stretch the wrists. Roll them back out, unclasp, and change sides. Backs of the hands together, then flip them over, clasping the fingers, and rotate inward. Feel that nice stretch in the wrists. Now we're going to come to downward facing dog by tucking the toes, lifting the hips, and just walking it out a bit. Pedaling the feet, bending the knees. Stretching out the back of the body, backs of the legs. And then begin to tiptoe, walking the feet toward the hands, coming to a forward fold, and just hang out there for a moment. Then bringing the hands to the shins, tuck the chin, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, and roll all the way up. Coming to mountain pose, big breath in. Reach up to the sky and exhale, fold from the hip. Bringing hands to shins, inhale, flattening the back, and exhale, fold. Big breath in, bend the knees, rise up, and exhale, bringing hands to heart. Let's do the half sun salutation a few more times. Big breath in and exhale, fold. Bringing hands to shins, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do one more to the sound of your breath. Standing in our mountain pose, breathing here. Feel the breath go into the belly. Feel the expansion, the spaciousness within as you breathe in. We're going to raise those arms up to the sky for tall mountain, feeling the ribs lift, the openness in the center of the body. Finding a focal point here, breathing into the belly. Inhale and roll onto the balls of the feet, rising up. Exhale down. Inhale, rise up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, lower. Last one, we're going to hold this one. Hold it. Feel how expansive you are. And come on down, nice and easy, returning to our mountain pose. For tree pose, allow your weight to rest in one leg. Finding balance here. When you're ready, inhale and raise the arms overhead and open the arms to spread your branches, feeling the spaciousness in the center of the body as you reach out. Bring the hands back together and then slowly lower them back to the heart, and then release the leg back to the earth. Let's do it on the other side. Finding groundedness, centeredness, letting the weight rest into your standing leg. Let the other leg find its way, and bring the hands to the heart. Once you're nice and steady, let the body expand by inhaling, raising the arms up overhead and maybe even out to the sides. Find a place that's comfortable for you, where you can remain steady and grounded while you balance on one foot. Bringing the hands back together, lowering them to the heart. Everything is nice and slow, releasing the leg back down. Take a moment in, big breath in, and exhale, fold. Bringing hands to shins, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees and inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's step our right foot back, coming into warrior one. So the right toes are turned out to 2 o'clock, left knee is bent over the ankle, hips are forward, and we rise up, lifting the rib cage, arms to the sky, bringing the arms out to the sides. On an exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Continue this motion, inhaling center and exhaling to one side. Noticing that when we twist, we become constricted. It's a little harder to breathe. But when we come open, we find lots of room and space in the body to breathe. Inhale, arms come up, and exhale, fold from the hip, extending the left knee for pyramid pose. Stretching out that hamstring, bringing the head a little closer to the knee, relax the neck. Inhale, rise back up, warrior one, bending that front knee. Bringing the hands down, go ahead and step back up, coming to mountain pose, and let's do it on the other side. So stepping the left foot back, toes are pointed out to 10 o'clock, right knee is bent, hips are forward. Inhale, raise the arms, lift the ribs, send the gaze up to the sky if it's comfortable for you. Opening the body, bring the arms out to the side, and on the exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Move with your breath rhythm here, whatever speed works for you. Inhale, raising the arms up, extend the knee, and exhale, fold from the hip, coming to pyramid pose, stretching out the hamstring on the right side. Relax the head and neck as the body is folded onto itself. And then inhale, rise up back to your warrior one, bending that front knee. Raising the gaze if it's comfortable, reaching to the sky. Come on back up to mountain pose, finding that nice half sun salutation. Big breath in, raising the arms up. Exhale, fold. Bring hands to shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, and inhale, rise up. And exhale, bringing hands to heart. Let's step out wide on the mat. Toes can either be forward at 12 o'clock, parallel, or turned out to 10 and 2. Arms come out to the sides for 5-point star. Feeling the expansiveness of your body. Turn the left toes out and come into warrior two by bending the left knee and looking out over the left middle finger. Reaching forward, extend the leg and come down into triangle pose, raising the right arm up to the sky and looking upward toward the right thumb to open the chest. Bringing that right hand to the hip, start to position yourself so that your weight comes onto the standing leg and raise the right leg up to the sky. If it's comfortable, extend the right arm as well, keeping your gaze forward for half moon pose. This pose opens us up to new possibilities. Coming back into our triangle pose, and then from there, we'll inhale and come back up to warrior two position and exhale, bending that left knee for warrior two. Inhale, extend the leg, moving to 5-point star. Feel the openness as you're being pulled open. The two arms, the two legs, and the top of the head. And then turning the right toes out, positioning yourself into warrior two on the right side. Looking out over that right middle finger. Feel the heart open and then start to extend the leg, reaching downward for triangle pose. The left arm goes upward toward the sky and the whole front of the body opens. Bringing that left hand to the hip, look down at the right foot and start to position yourself so that you can come onto the tippy toes of the left foot and then maybe even extend the leg out to the side. If that's comfortable, raise that left arm up and open the heart. The whole body is open here. Feel the space. When you're ready, come back into your triangle pose. And then inhale up to warrior two. Exhale to bend the front knee over the ankle. Inhale, extend the leg, coming back to 5-point star. Radiating the breath from the center of the body. Feel the space you've created. Coming back up to our mountain pose, let's do a half sun salutation. Take a nice deep breath, raising the arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhaling, bringing hands to shins, and exhale, fold. Let's step that right foot back, coming into a lunge, and the left foot back for plank. Hold it here for a breath, and on an exhale, we're going to send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Feel free to move around here, bending the knees. On our next exhale, we're going to bring those knees down to the earth and come into table pose, flat back. And here we're going to stretch the wrists one more time, creating more space in the wrist joint by turning the wrists so that the fingers point toward the knees. And then gently and slowly begin to shift your weight back toward the heels until you feel a nice pull in the wrists. The body will tell you when to stop. If that's too much, lean forward a little bit to take the pressure off the wrists. This will help open up the space in the wrist joints. It also helps to stretch the tendons and ligaments of the wrists and the arm. So if you have any issues with carpal tunnel or any wrist pain, this stretch should help that. We just have to hold it for a little bit. Then slowly, one at a time, bring the wrists or the hands back around. And then let's bring that right knee forward, right behind the right wrist. Setting up for pigeon pose. Let the left leg release behind. Then you can stay up on your hands, or you can come down onto the elbows, or if you want, you can rest your head on your hands. We're going to be here for a little while, so pay attention to the breath and feel the space that you're creating in the hip joint and along the spine. And then begin to come back up onto the hands, tucking the left toes and scooting that knee forward. Let's send that right knee back, and then we'll scoot the left knee forward behind the left wrist. Let the right leg release behind, and then find your level of comfort, either on the hands, on the elbows, or resting the head on the hands. If you feel any sensation in the bent knee, flex the foot so that the toes point toward the shin. Resting and breathing here. then begin to come back up onto the hands, tucking the right foot, scooting the knee forward and bringing that left knee back. Taking the knees out to the side of the mat, touching the big toes together. Go ahead and rest in an extended child's pose. And maybe wiggle around a little bit to see how much space you've created in those hip joints. And then start to come up onto the hands and knees, making our way onto the back where we will meet in happy baby. So start by hugging the knees into the chest and then grabbing the toes or the sides of the feet so that the soles of the feet point up to the sky and the knees are pointing towards or reaching towards the armpits. Just rocking gently side to side. This is a nice little hip opening stretch, so again, bringing some space into the hips. And then hugging the knees into the chest, go ahead and drop the feet down to the earth, then stretch the legs all the way down, reach the arms overhead and stretch your whole body from the fingers to the toes. Feel the space created in the body as you stretch out. And then bringing the hands down to the sides with the palms up. Allow the body to relax and let go. This is your pose of rest. Enjoy. And then begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Bring the knees into the chest, give them a hug, rocking gently side to side. And we'll begin to come back up to a comfortable seated position. Take your time. once you arrive, just notice areas in the body that might still feel tight, or areas in the body that feel more open. Maybe you have a little more space from our practice today. And bringing the hands to the heart, thank yourself for practicing today. Namaste.